Hey guys, it's Shade here, back to bring you another video in Borderlands 3. If you liked the video, please drop a like, and if you want to see more future content, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified for my future videos. You can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/shadegaming if you want to hang out while I play various games. You can also follow the link in the description to join the Discord to play with like-minded people or do some trading. So with that out the way, let's get into the video. In today's video, we're going over my favorite terror build for Moze. This build is going to be Maliwan ready, so let's get started with the skills I take and why. So to start, we're going to be going down the Demolition women's skill tree. So we're going to be taking 5 out of 5 in Fire in the Skag Den to get that extra incendiary damage on Splash. We're going to be taking 3 out of 3 in Means of Destruction to get that ammo regen. We're going to be taking 5 out of 5 in the Torg Cross Promotion in order to get the double splash damage size. I'm going to be taking Auto Bear. We're going to be taking 3 in the Pull the Holy Pin. So Pull the Holy Pin will allow our grenades to do criticals, and Auto Bear is going to allow Iron Bear to stay around for a little bit longer and be using target softening. And also the other one we're going to be taking is Hammer Down Protocol to do a good bit of radiation damage and just apply radiation to all enemies. We're going to be taking 5 out of 5 in Vampire, and that's going to allow us to restore our health, or shields, since we're going to be using the Bloodletter mod. We're going to be taking 1 out of 1 into the Last, so we're going to be allowed to throw our grenades and fight for your life. We're going to be taking 2 out of 5 in Explosive Punctuation, just to get a little bit more action skill cooldown rate, but primarily to get to Short Fuse. So we're going to take Short Fuse because this ability is awesome, allowing you to deal another 75% of your gun damage. It's a great skill. We're going to be taking 5 out of 5 in Cloud of Lead. This will allow Moze's every 4th shot to be incendiary damage, and it won't consume ammo. That applies to Iron Bear as well. And not only that, but we're going to be taking Stoke the Embers because we're going to be boosting all of our incendiary damage. So this is a really awesome combo, especially since she already boosts so much gun damage and stuff. The incendiary damage boost is just great for a multiplicative multiplier. So we're going to be taking the redistribution tree to grab ammo regen from critical hits. And finally, we're going to be going down Shield of Retribution. We're going to be taking 5 out of 5 in Armored Infantry. We're going to be taking 1 out of 1 in Security Bear. This will give us a nice bubble around our Auto Bear, allowing us to get a little bit more survivability for free. And also, just in general, it's a really good ability, in my opinion. Now, you don't have to take this. You could take 2 out of 3 in Thin Red Line, but I think your survivability will be fine without 2 out of 3. We are going to be taking 5 out of 5 in Drowning Brass, 1 out of 3 in Thin Red Line, and we're going to be taking 1 out of 1 in Experimental Munition. This will allow Moze's crits to do incendiary damage. It goes real well with allowing our grenades to do more critical damage. We're going to be doing criticals anyway because we want to get ammo regen, so this is going to help out a lot just with extra damage. We're going to be taking Drowning in Brass for that extra fire rate and extra gun damage. And that will be it for the skills, so let's go over the guns. We're going to start by taking the Fire Skexel. Fire is the element preferred here, as you are going to be getting a lot more incendiary bonus damage. We're going to be taking the Ogre as our second weapon. This is a world drop, and this is probably going to be the hardest weapon for you guys to find, especially a ×2 variant. And I still haven't found the perfect variant, which is the Terrified Cryo 50% bonus damage. But honestly, any Ogre will be fine, even on anointed ones. And really, you don't have to use an Ogre. It's just a very, very good gun. We're going to be taking the Fearmonger as our third weapon. You want to preferably find a fire one that does the 50% cryo damage bonus. The crit damage is nice, but you definitely want the fire damage at the very least. Finally, we're going to be taking the Ruby's Wrath with, while terrified, deal 50% bonus cryo damage. This is just a great, great gun on Moze. You deal so much damage with the rubies that it's not worth not taking it. You do a ton of damage with this thing. We're going to be using the Rerouter Shield and with the Terror Anointment for 5 seconds for the next 18 seconds. We're going to be taking the Bloodletter with, preferably with weapon damage and grenade damage and splash damage, or any other like damage boosting abilities. Splash damage and grenade damage, honestly, you can take it or leave that. If you do more gun damage, you're going to be doing more splash damage anyway, and we're not always doing splash damage anyway. So you kind of want to make sure that you balance out whatever guns you're using with the class mod. So if you were to have one that, you know, had pistol, for example, you could use things like the Infinity instead, and it would actually do a good bit of damage because that pistol damage is multiplicative. You're going to be wanting to take the Epicenter, preferably a Spring Epicenter, with the Terrified Anointment gaining increased damage and fire rate. And you're going to be taking the Icebreaker Victory Rush, since we're going to be using Cryo on our anointments preferably. This will just make you deal so much damage so quickly. Basically, once these guys get frozen from your Cryo anointments, they're instantly dead. It's a very, very, very good artifact to have, and it's going to make your damage really consistent. And finally, I did want to go over the abilities we're going to take on our mech. So I did say earlier we are going to be taking Target Softening and Hammer Down Protocol, so make sure you have both of those equipped. This will be really awesome. It's a really cool combo because this allows your Hammer Down Protocol to do a ton of damage, especially when you use Target Softening on them. And then, you know, while you're not in your mech, since you're going to be having auto bear, it's going to allow your mech to do a good bit of damage just for free, as well as it being radiation damage. Okay guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you have any comments or suggestions for what I can do to improve or what you want to see next, leave it in the comments below. I do read and reply to every comment and really appreciate your support. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.